A very good morning to all. In the previous class, we were discussing about the features of Indus Valley civilization. Today, let's learn some more features of this civilization. So, the first one is Harappan Traders. That means the Harappan people were traders and they traded with other countries. This was proved by the discovery of different seals because some Harappan seals were found in the ancient cities of Mesopotamia and the Mesopotamian seals were found in the Harappan cities. So, this shows that the trading existed between these two civilizations. And here you can see the picture of S.R. Rao. He was an Indian archaeologist and he was the one who discovered the remains of Dockyard at Lothal City. Here, Dockyard means a place where ships are repaired and loaded and unloaded. So, S.R. Rao was the Indian archaeologist who discovered the remains of the dockyard at Lothal. And this shows that the Harappan people were familiar with ships. Here, the Harappan people, they made many things, and for making these things, they needed raw materials. And some of the raw materials were not present in the region, so they need to bring it from other countries. For example, they might have got copper from Oman in West Asia and Rajasthan, tin from Afghanistan and Iran, gold from Karnataka, precious stones from Gujarat and Iran, and lapis lazuli, which is a semi-precious stone, and it was traded from northern Afghanistan. So, this was about the Harappan traders. Now, next, let's discuss about the seals. So, you all know that the seals are small, flat clay or metal tablets with some writings or symbols on it. And more than 2000 seals have been discovered from different sites of this Indus Valley civilization. And here the historians believe that the people, they used these seals for many purposes. Like the merchants and traders, they used these seals for trading purposes to stamp their goods. Mostly these seals were made of steatite or a white stone. Here steatite means soft stone, and you can see many of these seals have pictures of animals, of a bull, a one-horned animal, an elephant or a tree with some scripts written on it. So, this was about the seals. Next, let's discuss about the Harappan faith and belief. So, not much is known about the religious belief of the Harappan people, but the Harappan people were very religious and they had deep faith in God. And there are many seals to support the evidences of Indus Valley gods. During that period, image worship existed and the people, they worshipped trees and animals like people tree and the bull. So, these can be seen on the seals. And the commonly found figure by the archaeologist at that time was the figure of female deity. Here deity means god or goddess, and this led the scholars to believe that the Harappan people worshipped mother goddess, and you can see the statue of mother goddess. The archaeologists, they have also discovered some pottery and ornaments at the burial site, and this shows that they believed in the life after death. Now here you can see a skeleton from Rakhigiri in Haryana, which was discovered in the year 1963, and Rakhigiri is one of the largest Harappan site in India. So, this skeleton with pottery is displayed at the National Museum in Delhi. Next, you can see here the remains of a dockyard at Lothal City. So, Lothal City was one of the Harappan city, and as I have already told you, dockyard means a place where ships are repaired, loaded and unloaded. So, this city was located along the Bhogava river, a tributary of Sabarmati, which is just 30 km away from present day Gulf of Khambat. That means this ancient port was closer to the sea, and the Lothal City was one of the major port town in the Indus Valley civilization. This city was usually near to the area where different types of raw materials were available, such as copper, semi-precious stones and so on. And you can see here, this consisted of a huge tank, and the historians, they believe that this huge tank was used as a dockyard where boats and ships came in from the sea and through the river channels. So, this was about the Lothal, one of the Harappan city, and many seals have been found from these area, which shows that Lothal was one of the global trading networking city. Next, let's study the Birhana site in Haryana. Here, the Archaeological Survey of India carried out excavations at Harappan site of Birhana, located in Haryana between 2003 and 2006. And the archaeologists, they found a thick red potsherd with an engraving that resembles the figure of the dancing statue, which was found at Mohenjo-daro in the early 1920s. Here, potsherd means a piece of an object made of baked clay, especially one found by the archaeologist. So, here the archaeologist, they found a piece of red potsherd with an engraving that resembles the dancing girl, which was found at Mohenjo-daro. And the archaeologists, they believe that this discovery was an extraordinary discovery because till now no such figure was found which was similar to the dancing girl statue. Another fact that makes Birhana site an important site because for the first time in post-independence India, the deposits of Hakka ware that belong to the pre-early Harappan period were found in sequential chronological layer, that means in the full form, and this was discovered by a team of archaeologists led by L.S. Rao, and he said that this was one of the strongest and the first evidence of an unbroken cultural sequence, that is starting from the village culture which was represented by Hakka ware and its evolution gradually into semi-urban, then to urban culture till the site was finally abandoned. And here the archaeologists, they have also discovered circular pits that were used by the pre-early Harappan people, and these circular pits were used for different purposes like for cooking purposes and for different industrial activities like melting of copper and for other religious purposes. Now let's see some of the discoveries at Birhana site. So here some of the discoveries includes house complexes on streets and lanes, a fortification wall, Bikram pottery. So this is the pottery having two colors, terracotta vases, bowls and cups, arrowheads, fish hooks and bangles, and all these things were made up of copper. And they also found terracotta, toy carts, animal figures, beads made of semi-precious stones, and also seals made up of steatite. So here you saw some of the discoveries which were discovered by the archaeologists in the Birhana site. Next, let's discuss the decline of Indus Valley civilization. So the Harappan civilization lasted for about 1000 years and it disappeared by about 1500 BCE. According to the historians, there are many reasons for the decline of Indus Valley civilization. Let's see them one by one. The first one is the Mohenjo-daro excavations reveals that the city was destroyed over and over again and it was rebuilt at the same place 9 times, and this had weakened the development, that is, it weakened its civilization. The second factor for the decline of the Indus Valley civilization are the natural calamities like flood, earthquake, epidemics. The third one is, many historians, they believe that the change in the river pattern that caused the large civilization to break up into small communities, and they believe that this was one of the reasons for the decline of Indus Valley civilization. And the fourth reason was the foreign invasions, that means the Aryan invasions, and this was one of the main reasons for the decline of Indus Valley civilization. Here, there is archaeological proofs of skeletal remains scattered everywhere at Mohenjo-daro, and an autopsy of these skeletons reveals that the damage must have been caused by some sharp objects or weapons. So, the Aryan invasions was one of the main reasons for the decline of Indus Valley civilization. And the historians, they also believe that the end was not sudden and it happened over a period of time. And thanks to the archaeological efforts that made us to know more about the oldest culture of our country. With this, we have completed chapter 3. Now, here there is an activity for you. You have to talk about the Egyptian civilization given in page number 30. You have to record it and submit in Teams. That's all for today. We'll meet in the next class. Thank you.